Okie dokie. Okay. Welcome to tonight's training, guys. This training is going to be all about social media, basically first impressions, how you should set up your page, what you should and shouldn't be doing on your page, how to not be a lazy marketer, learn and craft this skill as much as you can and master it over the months that you are in, and just pay attention to always kind of tweaking and mastering your content and what you put on your page and what works for your audience and what doesn't work and things of that nature. So where do I start? Okay, so there's a couple different things I want to go over, but first of all, this is the video you're going to send. It's also going to be in our little training hub, the Linktree training site. It's going to be posted in there. So if you have anybody that starts on your team, this is one of the first videos that you're going to get them to watch, because it's really going to lay the foundation of how to set up their social media account to help them just get the ball rolling. Okay, most people who have social media accounts aren't set up for a business aspect, and you just want to make sure that they are, first impressions are always, the biggest thing. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen here and just go on over to my page and show you a couple things. So the trick to this and what Robert teaches, I did post this in in the message in one of the chats, actually in 3 of the chats today. 2 of the chats today, sorry. Robert teaches how to find millions of people online, okay? And so when you are thinking about who you are, your brand, aside from just the company and the products or anything like that, but who do you stand for? What are you passionate about? What do you love to talk about? What do you love to educate people on? What kind of value do you think that would come naturally to you? Maybe you're not quite there yet, but this is the future that you want for yourself. What kind of journey you want to go on? Because if you can be true to yourself, you're going to be true to your audience. And it really is like a reflection, okay? So for myself, some of the things that come to my mind when I think of my brand, and this is something that you should really have a pen and pencil for and be writing down. What are the words that speak to you? What is the emotion that you want your audience to feel? What is the feeling? What do you want them to feel when they come to your page? What kind of value do you want them to be taking from your page, right? Because they're going to follow you and they're going to follow you and they're going to follow you. And if they take enough, if they like what they see on their page, they're going to be in your inbox asking you what you do. And that's the trick to this, okay? We're not trying to sell off of a HempWorks post, although that does work sometime. Most of the people who want to start a business want to join because of you. So that being said, some of the things that come to my mind when I think about who Tara is, and this took me a really long time to figure out, but some of the things I like are, I like being real. I like real talk. I like strong emotions. I like deep emotions, things like, energy work, manifestation, sugar and sweet kind of thing, or, I like the big contrast between being super nice and being fluffy. And then I also like the real talk of like, throwing some colored backgrounds in there that are like, bam, I can't believe she just said that kind of deal, right? You're always keeping your audience on their toes, so to speak. So my bio obviously has something in there that people can connect with. And I think I've changed this out like a million times already in this last week. But what I was noticing when I was going to other people's fan pages to start building my audience, if I had too much about business and HempWorks and CBD oil in there, I'd get a lot of people who were like, how do I know you and why are you adding me to your page? It was almost like they were putting their defense up right away. And I didn't want that. So I found a really nice, actually I found this saying right here when I was going through other people's profiles, and I seen this and it really spoke to me. I love speaking my truth. I love telling my story, even though it's a shit story sometimes. I like being courageous and inspiring. I love vulnerability. And I think that, a lot of people will take and want to know more based on this quote. So if you don't know what to say, if you don't know how to brand yourself, your bio doesn't have to be a quote. It could be something like, single mom or boy mom of two. It could be a health advocate. It could be, numbers. It could be, what are the short 1-word, 2-word things that describe you to the core that you're going to talk about on your page every single week. So, if I was going to, let's say, Tony Robbins page, then obviously I would want to have something in my bio that talks about inspiration or, inspired change, or something that's going to pique enough interest so that when I send a friend request to someone, they are going to be like, okay, I see what this girl's about. Maybe I want to follow her back. So first impressions. How do you give a first impression when somebody comes to your page? Your cover photo, your profile picture, your bio. Then they're going to start creeping your page just to see what you're about, okay? So make sure that your bio has some emojis in there just to, bring some color to it, bring some attention to it. You can put a word and then an emoji and a word and an emoji and a word and an emoji. If you don't know how, sometimes people have like a couple words and then they have a space and then they have a couple words and then they have a space, and so it's broken up. You can't do that unless you actually do it somewhere else. So if you, do that in a text message, break it up, then you go and paste it back into the bio section there, which is the intro section. If you guys, if you don't know what I mean there, you have to break it up before you put it in there because you can't downspace. So that's a little tip for you guys. You can only have 101 characters, so it can't be super, super long. So think of who you are, or think of something that you think would grab people's attention to want to know more. Try not to lead with CBD. You can put that in there a little bit if you want, but just know that people might have their defense up when they come to your page and see that. Moving on to cover photo. Cover photo obviously should be bright. It should be, have some type of wording in it. Doesn't have to be. It could be a professional photo of your family. It could be, it could change with the seasons, meaning Christmas or summer or, whatever. As long as it's bright, it's colorful, and it's cheery, because it is a first impression, okay? Mine, I've changed it up a lot lately, but I'm going to stay with this one. I normally change it up every about 2 weeks, and that's totally cool. But so, all of these things are like a big puzzle piece, so that when I start going to some of the fan pages, which I'll tell you about here in a second, people are going to be like, okay, I know what this girl stands for. I like her vibe and I want to follow her. And then the relationship gets built from there. Okay. Profile picture, you want to have something kind of close up like my face here, preferably just you, well lit, preferably professional. It doesn't have to be, but you want to make sure that it just is a really good representation of you. Can't even spit that word out. So those are the 3 points that you want to focus on there. You could take it a step farther, and you could go down to the about section, and you could fill that out to be a little bit more about who you are. Can somebody mute them? I can hear someone. Make sure you mute it. And then you can take it one step further if you want, and you can go down, and there's a little section where it says, did you know? You can add 1 or 2 in there. It just completes your profile a little bit further. I took a branding course here last week, and these are the things that she really, really drove home with people. And I haven't done this yet, but two did you knows on your page, the about section filled out, your bio has to be dialed in. You can put some links here as well if you want to. Probably easier if it's on your computer, but if you're looking for this on your phone, you'll want to go to, it'll say edit profile underneath your bio, and it will have, you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says edit about info, and then you'll scroll down to where it says websites, and you put your websites in there, and just make sure that you hit the save button. If you don't hit the save button, it won't save. So you can put those in there. And then the other things I want to talk about is your featured photos. So this is also a really good way for you to brand yourself around whatever you stand for. So for me, I love numbers. I love, yoga, that kind of vibe on my page. I'm big into the law of attraction. I love bright, bright colors. I have a welcome to my page here thing. And then I also have down in this corner my updated weekly checks that I make. I have the weed leaf in there or the hemp plant in there just as like, you know, that little touch just to catch people's attention, and kind of introduce them to the idea of maybe I'm in the cannabis industry. And then I have some other things in there, some just inspiring quotes. So I kind of break it up, make it look uniform. If you are going to do this, you could have one photo, you could have 4 photos, or you could have 9 photos. That's what looks symmetrical on your page. Okay. I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't do 2, I wouldn't do 5, and I wouldn't do 8. So make sure you either do 1, 4, or 9. Okay. So that's first impressions on your page. And where you can find things for your cover photo, I mean, you could just go to Google, you could go to Pinterest, you could go to, you can make one off Canva if you wanted to, just make sure it's proportional. You could also go to things off of Instagram and putting keywords into Instagram search bar. You could put things into Facebook here, just keywords, whatever speaks to you, you know, that words I told you to write down. And then just come across something, put it up there. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part I want to go to talk about is, I think I'm going to go to people's fan pages because that's kind of the next step. So some of the people that I love to follow are Rachel Hollis. She's huge right now. I think a lot of people relate to her, and I feel like a lot of people actually are pretty inspired into personal development when they follow her as well. So it kind of works hand in hand. You want a person of quality versus quantity on your page. So I've been literally just going through, like Robert teaches exactly in his training, which I want you guys to watch if you have not watched it, or if you need a refresher. Go back through his training, and he teaches where to find millions of people online. And this is how he teaches. You go to people's fan pages, preferably of, you know, influence or whatnot. And then you go to the likes, and you can go through all them, and then you can go through the comments, and then you can also go through the shares. Okay. I don't necessarily I don't comment anything on the page here. I just send them a friend request. And like I said, your profile has to have a really strong first impression for them to want to add you back. Okay. So this is just one page that I could go to. Other pages or could be like Gabby Bernstein. It would be another one who's big into energy and the law of attraction, the power of thoughts. The law of attraction could be another one. Yoga inspired pages, you know, people who are into, you know, plant-based eating, or, you know, like green juices, or it could be like people who talk about cleansing. That's my vibe. That's what I like. I like people who are seriously about themselves, into their health, into change, wanting to, and, you know, improve their future. They are disciplined. They are working their mindset. This is the type of person I want to work with. I don't want to have to convince or anything like that. They, you know, so really put some thought into here. My audience is not going to be your audience, and it shouldn't be your audience. This is where you have to think about what pumps you up. Who are you? Are you a mechanic? Are you into the trades? Are you a mom? Are you homeschooling? Are you, you know, there's so many different avenues of what this could be for you. So really take some time to figure that out. Who inspires you is something else that you'll also want to think about. Might it be Gary Vee? It might be Grant Cardone. It might be Tony Robbins. It could be, you know, there's so many different people of influence that you could follow, whether it be man or female. So take some time. And also you could put it into the Google search of, you know, people like Rachel Hollis, people like Oprah Winfrey, or, you know, whatever it might be. It could also be your favorite book authors. It could be also your favorite podcast, or, you know, people on YouTube. So many different ways of figuring this out. It could be your favorite TV show. It could be whatever. Okay. Just get really creative. And also, you know, just keep in mind that you're looking for happy, positive, willing to change their future and willing to put the work behind changing their future. So you're just not looking for any dud. So some tips around when you're searching for people, and going through, different profiles and whatnot, you just want to make sure that, there's some pointers here. So it would be, let's just click on some and show you. So she's got an intro, which is already done, which is great. Check. She's got a nice photo. She's got a cool cover photo. So this is someone that I could say, absolutely, I want to get to know them, right? I don't care if they're in something else, because most network marketers don't necessarily make money, or they might be looking for a second income stream, or they might have been with them for X amount of years and they're looking for something new, right? The cannabis industry is so different. It's either people love it or hate it. And once they start seeing that you're making money in it, they'll be pleasantly surprised to maybe changing something else. I was successful in another online business, and I was almost at 6A2, but I also, it felt like I wasn't resonating with it anymore, and I was open to looking at something else. So don't ever feel that because somebody is already in something that they're not interested in maybe what you have to offer. And also, don't go into it with the idea of closing them. This person's only on my page so that I can make a sale with them. That's the wrong mindset. Really, get used to making relationships and building relationships with people, because this is the people business. So some things that I look for, obviously, is those 3 things that I just talked about. I also look for if they're active on Facebook. So if this says that they haven't been on Facebook since Christmas, nope, not looking for that type of person. I want someone who's active on Facebook every single day. I also want someone who's not sharing, meaning like they literally just shared somebody else's post onto their page. I want someone who writes their own content, who might have some engagement already on their page, and who also has at least 500, if not 1,000 people baseline, because I want them to have a warm market. Okay, so those are the things that I kind of look for when I'm searching for people. Take the time to go through their profile, and certainly make sure you go through their friends. Some people only have 300, and not to say that 300 is bad or anything like that, but it's just going to take them a lot of time to work up their audience. You may want to make sure that you're, the sweet spot on Facebook, if you're going to be in the digital world, is like 3,000, 5,000 people, right? So it's going to be less work for them to an instant kind of money if they hit up their warm market. So just keep all that in mind. I have been literally, friend requesting, probably going through these profiles and adding about 25, 30 people faithfully every single day. I had a call here with Lisa, and Lisa just told me that she's literally friend requesting 200 people every single day. And I was just like, holy smokes. I seriously thought that Facebook would put you in jail if you friend requested too many people, but she does it faithfully. And she literally started a new page, I think last month, and her page is already at 2,500 people in a month. So go crazy. Make sure that you're putting quantity or quality people on your page and get your numbers up. And this is how you can do it. When coming from an Enagic, I always thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this as network marketing? I just like, I'm so used to leads coming to me. But the fact was, with Enagic, you were spending money for leads and you had no control over the quality of your leads whatsoever. So, I was racking up $1,000 pretty much every 2 weeks in ad spend, and I have no quality people out of those people. So just make sure that you understand that by going to other fan pages and you weeding through, although it might be more time consuming, you have full control who your audience is and how you market to them on your page. So if you take a little bit of time just to go through these, first initial steps of first impression and making sure it's really someone that you want to work with down the road, it makes your life so much easier. So that's my little tip for that one there. what else can I share here? Okay, so when they come to your page and they have friend requested you, what I have been saying straight out of the bat is, or out of the gate, as soon as I see that they become a friend, refresh my page. I like to open up the communication like right out of the gate. And it's been working well. I actually have a girl who's opened up and says that she's ready to, she was asking about getting involved in the products and stuff like that. So I literally added her yesterday and today she wants to buy. I've never had it that quickly. So, so this is the little wording I've been saying, okay? So it says happy new, or hey new friend. You could say hey their name. Appreciate you taking the time to accept and connect. Here's to spreading positive vibes in each other's news feeds. Keeping it very you know, engaging and exciting, and I don't try to close them. You could go a little bit further and just put a blurb in here about you and then say, you know, if you're open to sharing something back with me, great. And then close it with, here's to spreading positive vibes on your newsfeed. You can absolutely do that because you'll find either people are receptive or not. And honestly, I just sent this out, and for someone to shoot me back a thumbs up, if you guys know me, I hate thumbs up. I hate it. It looks rude to me. If, you know, I sent a nice message out to her and she has nothing to say other than a thumbs up, it's just whatever. But you know what, she might be busy and you never know, right? So whatever. But yeah, I'm not a big thumbs up type of person. And I don't get a lot of thumbs up. So just know that mostly, you know, people will turn around and want to know more about you, or you can just kind of have small chat with them. So I don't try to push my business on them. Sometimes what you can do is just say, hey, I don't know if you've seen on my page, but I did a post about, you know, I'm giving away 500 sample packets over the next 24 hours. Would you like to know more? You know, you can bring it to that, but that's as far as I would bring it into your business. I wouldn't try to do anything else except for try to get them a free sample into HempWorks so they kind of understand what you do, but only if you think that it can go there. Don't be the spammy person. Just let the conversation go there organically, okay? Let's go back to my page here and just go through some things about posting. I'm gonna plug my computer in now. Okay, so I love these color backgrounds. I think they're a really great way of people getting to know you. It's a really good way of just kind of getting out these short, engaging questions, which I did a little cheat sheet in the training, the little training thing, the Linktree training. If you don't have that, or if you don't know what I mean by that, please reach out to me after this and I can send you the link, the direct link to that. That is an area where I update all the trainings. Any trainings I do, I put all of them in there, which this one will go in there as well. So this is a question I asked. It got over 100 comments here in 1 hour, actually 2 hours since it's been posted. I went ahead and commented on all these people's comments, so it brings up my comments even more, which is a great thing, a little tip and a hack that you guys can use. You know, when you do something like this, or you get creative with your engaging question posts, you just kind of want to keep it in mind that Facebook wants 3 to 5 words. And then if you're going to comment, you want to make sure it's 3 to 5 words back. It looks, with the algorithm of Facebook, it works better that way. So there's that one. The people who are following my page are going to be into this type of stuff, crystals, healing, yoga, whatever. So this is the stuff that I'm going to put on my page, right? It's going to come up in their news feeds, and then it's going to make them stop scrolling, and they're going to see it over and over again. And then when I do my HempWorks or testimonials or whatever about CBD oil, then they're naturally going to see that because they liked everything else that they've been following on my page. If you do it the other way around, where all HempWorks, all CBD oil, they're going to think you're a one-trick pony, and they're probably going to unfollow you. And actually, this is a really good thing to bring up. This post I did here, a lot of people talked about it. If you are spammy, or if you talk too much about your products, or you brag too much and you're not enough about your personality and who you are, then they're going to unfollow you. So it was actually a really cool thing. You guys should probably take this and post it on your own page and see what you get, because it's really, it's a great engaging post to put. So go ahead and use that if you want to. What else did I have on here? Cadence story is really, really powerful. So if you guys don't know who this is Tanya, who's on our team. And we did a video here, but she wanted to write out her story. So if you guys know anybody who, you think that this story could impact, go and tag them on my page in this, or go and tag them in Tanya's post. Not on my page, but Tanya's post. And I know Jay and Michelle did this with their team on Crystal Ann's. And it worked really well for them. She was doing like a day 1 to 10, I think it was, of her child's story on CBD oil, and it was really, really good, well written. So use these types of posts as, a way of just getting your leads into a powerful story. Because what happens is most people don't understand what CBD oil is, or they think they don't need it. They think they honestly need to have cancer, or they need to have MS, or they need to have something like that, a major health, to use it. So, this is great for better energy. This is great for better sleep. This is better for, there's so many different things, anxiety, depression, whatever. People just aren't educated enough about it. So that should be your focus as a marketer in this, is to get into Google and put in CBD oil. Get into Google and put in cannabinoids, or whatever you want to call it, or put in the cannabis industry, or put in whatever, or even just the endocannabinoid system, and do some research and pick apart different articles and make your own posts from it. That's what I do. I never write hardly any of my own content. Sometimes I do, but I'm typically into Google, Instagram, and always, or on Facebook, putting in different keywords into the search engines and coming up and seeing what I can find and piecing it all together and making it my own. So you can do a couple of those really long posts, take an hour and do them all up for the week, and then you don't have to do them when time gets busy, right? I love stuff like this. I love stuff that's bright. It talks about the exact message to the audience that I have, that I've been sorting. So, this is why I want you guys to really dissect all of this, because it really is one big, big, big puzzle piece. So maybe you were into snowmobiling, right? Or maybe your passions are reading or writing or painting, or maybe you got into this because of your daughter's arthritis. So let her story be the main chunk of, what you do on your page, but also don't be scared to throw in other things about who you are as a mom, and, funny things about maybe, I was going to do a post here today saying I literally had to do 3 hours worth of laundry today and clean the toilets. What did you do? You know what I mean? Just always throw in those things that are relatable to other people, because you can probably think that other women today, come Sunday, have probably done the exact same thing. So it's all about relating and pulling them into your world. But before I forget, when you are adding people onto your page, if you go to friends, wherever that is, I'm not sure, because I don't use my laptop for this, but on my page or on my phone, I'll go to my friends, which is on your timeline, and you click on friends, and then you'll click on recent. And if you click on recent, you can just see all the recent people that you have added to your page, and make sure that you're going back to their page and putting some kind of genuine connection. It doesn't have to be a new one every single time. I know Robert cycles through the exact same comment every single time, which is, thank you for being a blessing and sharing this. You know, you really inspired me, or something like that. And I literally have that one saved to my phone, and I go and put that on every single person who's recently on my page. I go to their page and I engage, because engagement is a two-way street. Be a good friend. You want people to engage on your stuff and connect with you, you got to be showing it in return. And trust me, if you keep doing that every single day, maybe not the same message, but if you do that every single day, you know, you will pull each other into each other's worlds, and then it would be a natural, your business just comes up from there, right? So that's a good little tip. Edification and promotion of Robert is huge. Not everybody gets the privilege of working with Robert. Most people don't even know who Robert is. So it's your job to educate who Robert is. And this one here was because I have a lot of network marketers on my page. It says, "Dear network marketer, do you want free training?" You know, and then I went into these things. Most network marketers don't know where to find millions of people, and they don't know how to master the art of connection. They would take value from this. So then once they comment that they want to learn, then that gets them into the vision team, right? So be creative of how you get people in there, and let Robert just do his magic, okay? It's not always about closing them immediately. Excuse me. This posted really well for me. If you have the chance to go out and take a bunch of photos of yourself one day, take a couple different outfits, maybe, you know, a different hat depending on where you live. If it's cold, you know, take a couple different hats, scarves, jackets, whatever, and go out and take some pictures of yourself. You know, take a couple of hours and literally get a library of pictures, so that when you are busy throughout the week, you have stuff to pull from. This one got me like almost 120 likes. So again, always, you know, these little tiny sayings, quotes, whatever you want to do. Instagram's really good at finding pictures like this. If you put in keywords in Instagram, whatever type of word resonates with you, whatever brand that you're going with online, you'll be able to find a whole bunch of these. On Instagram, you can't click on the photo and save it. You have to take a screenshot and then crop it, and then you can share it here. You can also put it into Facebook here and look up different keywords in that. A little bit harder, not kind of the same as Instagram or Google, but that's where you're going to find this stuff. There's another photo, a quote with a lot of bright, happy, fun emotion. A book that I love. This posted really well as well. It got me almost 100 likes on that, bringing value to my audience. You know, the people who are going to understand personal development will probably already know this book, and the people who don't, obviously, I just gave them value, right? This was a promotion. These are really important for you to do, especially if you don't have any presence online, or if you haven't had any results. You have to highlight other people in our community's results. So go into the vision team, find things like this, and put a post. Don't copy the exact words of what that post was in the vision team. Kind of get creative and make your own. I'll go over what I put here. I said, promotion time. These two bosses are determined to succeed. Let's all congratulate Carlos and Troy on officially hitting 10K and 5K in their business. Cha-ching. These two are so committed to helping others made no excuses. Team on fire. You show what is possible through hard work and consistent effort. So proud of you both. We are just getting started. Thanks for all that you do for the team and community. Next stop, goal, right? So you can copy that exact same thing and put it on your page with their picture there. I'm pulling my kids into this, of course, putting my own personality into this. I was kind of gross when my son did that too. I talk about money because obviously I'm in the business of money, just highlighting, you know, breaking it down. That was a good post. It got me almost 100 likes on that one. So I hope I'm kind of, you know, painting the picture of how you market and build your posture and your influence online. When you are a marketer, The wrong thing that you can do is be too much HempWorks, too much CBD, too much product. Be you and throw your product in there once or twice. You have to build a relationship. People have to get to know you before they're going to trust you, for them to even care about what you're in. There's a happy emotion outside. My earnings. You can edify my earnings at any time. Facebook Lives. I love to talk about educating people in this, so I always drop lots of value. Yeah, so I hope you guys, another quote that's lots of bright colors. So I hope you guys have gotten a little bit of value from this and understanding who you are. So your brand could be just a specific color. It might be the color background that always stays the same, whether it be black or green or blue or red or orange, whatever. Just, you know, when people see your name and they're always going to see that one thing, they're going to relate together. And it's just, you know, it's going to stick out in the news feeds, which is what you want to do. So that's that one. Some other things that you can be putting on your page, depending on what you do. It could be a book list, your favorite books, or it could be a question about, you know, what is one book that changed your life? It could be a playlist. A playlist is a really good way of your audience really getting to know you, because it's so personal. I'm going to be doing a playlist of my feel good tunes, because the people that I have sourced out who are going to be into energy and feeling good and, you know, positivity and stuff like that are going to really resonate with feel good songs. So my music list is obviously going to be way different than yours. But, you know, it just allows your audience to get to know you on a deeper level, which is exactly what this is all about. Engaging questions. Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
In your photos, not the intro photos, but the one below that, how do you get the pictures to where for people to see the first 6 or whatever, so they don't have to click on the photos to look at all of them? How do you set that up?
Like
You get what I'm saying?
The feature photos should always,
Not the ones right under the intro, your other photo album. The one below that one?
that one.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. How do you get it to where them photos, like the ones you want to be seen without them clicking on all the photos? How do you do that?
I didn't. These are just the ones that naturally showed up. These are photos, honestly, that other people tagged me in. So if you have your settings changed to where people can't tag you or something like that, then that's not going to show up on your page. But if you do have photos that you don't necessarily like there, then you can just go and delete them, or remove the tag is another way that you can delete it. I don't think you can actually delete it, but you can remove the tag, and you can just get that out of there to show up to the ones that you actually want to be shown there.
Okay.
Yeah. So the big thing that I want you guys to focus on right here is branding your page. What's that first impression? Who are you? What emotion? What are you known for? And then obviously sorting out the same people that are going to find interest into this. And I was maxed out at my friends list. I was up at 5,000. I had to take over 1,000 people off of my page, would kind of hurt my algorithm a little bit, because it triggers Facebook to think that people don't like me if I'm, you know, lost that many friends. So I had to work at getting my engagement back. And that's why I say do a lot of questions, but don't go over crazy about the questions either. But just make sure that you're, you know, for every comment, you're putting another comment on it, a genuine comment, and just kind of working with it that way. But, you know, you'll get to a point where your posts, if you're not mingling with other people and engaging on their posts, it doesn't draw, you know, more people in and better reach. So just make sure that you're going through your friends list and, you know, periodically just going through and just trying to pull in other people that you haven't seen in a while. And if you find that nobody's really responding to your posts anymore or whatnot, maybe it's time for you to clean up your page. If you've maxed out, get 1,000 people off of your page, maybe just take 100 off each day or whatnot, and replace those 100 people. You know, you always have to have more people on your page, and be cycling through. But that's where, I'm really choosy who I want on my page now. I don't want just anybody and everybody. And it was, a big clean. And I certainly seen that there was not very good quality people on there. So just take that little tip and make sure that, you're doing yourself a favor, opposed to 6 months down the road when you have to clean up your Facebook page. So I think that's pretty much everything that I have right now. I think that's taken you through the entire process. I'm going to open it up for questions right now, and maybe this will spark some more ideas. So.
Okay, where did you get those colorful pictures and all? I missed that.
Instagram, Pinterest, Google, Facebook. Put in keywords that resonate with you and see what comes up. So the keywords that speak about me are abundance. It could be soul. It could be vibration. It could be, energy. It could be law of attraction. There's so many words that speak to me that I'm always researching and seeing what comes up. But that's not going to be you, right? So you have to really dig deep and figure out what that brand is, what you want to be on social media.
Okay.
Anybody else? Lisa, Carla, Sarah, Amy, Josh, hey, Michelle. Anybody else?
Tara, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So for Jeff and I, like we don't have very many friends and we're trying to build that up. So Jeff had mentioned, like, what if we just went in and added, 1,000 people like really quick, and then went back through and started going look at their profiles and weeding them out at that point if they were, as we've heard before, body sellers, body part sellers.
I would take the time to go through. I wouldn't just add people up to get your numbers up, because if you start taking people off, it looks bad on your algorithm, because Facebook is a computer, right? And Facebook thinks, oh, you're getting rid of a lot of people, or you're adding a lot of people and then you're taking off a lot of people, then it's going to trip the algorithm to think that, why are they leaving your page? That might not be something they want to follow, right? So take that little bit of extra time, and I'm actually going to be adding probably 50 people, maybe even 100. I'm going to push the buttons with Facebook to see how many people I can add. Now
Right.
I've added 300 since Friday, or maybe a little bit more, like almost 4 or 5 now, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, you just gotta be really careful. I think a lot of it is a lot of people add me, and I'm just accepting them. That works a little better than just going on an adding spree, because I got blocked for 24 hours like a week ago for doing that. I'd only added like 30 people that day in a row. I just hit add in my list there, and it blocked me promptly.
Good to know. But I think also, if you are brand new, never done that before, it's a little bit different. But then Lisa was telling me today, she had like 200 people faithfully every single day, and she never gets in trouble with Facebook. So don't take my word from it. If you get blocked, it's not the end of the world. It's only a 24-hour hold up. So yeah, you need to have a following. Any other questions?
I think it's one of those things. If you're gonna add people every day religiously, like if you're gonna add 50, you just need to add 50 every day, and don't stray from that. Because I think that's where the algorithm gets messed up. It thinks you're being spammy and sporadic and like a computer bot, like a bot itself. And I don't know. I've added a lot of people. I started at 400 before, like when I started HempWorks in the beginning of January. I had almost 1,100, and now I'm like 24. So
nice.
I've just been adding the hell out of people.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. I started out with like maybe 100 people before I started, and now I'm up to almost 1,800.
Sweet.
Just adding.
A lot of those people are not. They're just not who you want on your page, though, and that's fine. I think it. Like for me, it's attracted more people that I do want. I think as long as you're just deleting a few every day and adding some, it's fine. But
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I started looking at profiles before just adding people.
yeah,
I had a lot of interesting ones.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I had a guy ask me to marry him the other day. It was pretty funny.
Oh my dear Lord.
Yeah, I just had one today too. Oh, his dying declaration of love, and I'm like, yeah, okay, bye.
Oh, the world of Facebook.
Oh yes,
That will get you unfriended and blocked.
very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you no see me on Facebook? Because I don't want to see you on Facebook.
Okay, so to recap, guys, profile picture, cover photo, bio, featured photos, about, and did you know? Those are the things that you want to make sure that you have up on your page. But like the featured photos, any kind of photo related, and bio is a must. Right now, after you get off of this, I want you to go tweak it. If you want to post it into our group, whatever chat that you're in, please go post your profile link in there. I'd love to see. I'd love to critique as well. And, write down the emotions or the keywords that speak to you, how you're branding on your page, and then go ahead and look for other people that teach that stuff. And this is another really good tip. If you go to fan pages that you're into, whatever it might be, and then you go into their YouTube account and you watch videos that they're teaching on, you can literally go mirror what they just did in a go live, and your audience is going to take to it because they are already following that person. They follow it for a reason. They've got value to share, and now you just taken a smidget of that and posted it on your page, and they're going to love that as well. So that's the trick to this. You don't have to come up. If you literally feel stumped, you don't know what to do, there's always something to do. You're not thinking bigger picture, right? And it literally is a puzzle piece. So make sure that you're putting all the puzzle pieces in correctly. And as a new person who's never really built an influence, built a following before, or positioned themselves or whatnot, don't know how to spread value, just go mirror and see what other people are doing, and just take some notes and just spit it out. So that's exactly what I do. I follow a couple other network marketers who teach network marketing training, and I love that stuff. So I'd like to open up and ask you guys some of the fan pages that you follow, where you source out. So open it up and give some people some ideas here, because I've only given my story, and other people need to have some output into different areas. So let's start with Chad. Chad's there.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Chad.
So, I started following Rob Dyrdek. He's a great entrepreneur. He's got a huge audience. It may not be tailored to our business per se, but you're going to find a lot more like-minded, positive people in his posts and in his feed. I've really started diving in as far as researching cannabis groups on Facebook that are more localized to where I'm at in Colorado versus the nation or Canada or anything specific. I like it really here local because I find a good audience to select from that feel more comfortable with me being a Colorado. I state where I'm from on my page, so it's an easy connection for them to see right away. Mm-hmm. As far as influence, I always like to, there's this David Goggins guy. He always talks about just pushing past where you think your potential is or your limits are. And so me and my team will find ourselves 2-3 o'clock at night still chatting, watching training videos, talking about where we might find new people. So we're always masterminding on groups or pages that we can follow, cannabis, hemp, CBD related, where you're going to find an audience, whether they're already involved with another network marketing team it's still going to be somebody you can add to your audience. And if you engage respectfully and positively with their posts, your post will be automatically shown to them. And so it's going to be a great outreach tool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Chad, can you write down those 3 things that you just mentioned there, those 2 influencers, and maybe just a group or 2 in the chat box for other people to follow them as well?
Absolutely.
That would be wonderful. Okay, next we're moving on to Morgan and Jeff.
Well, we don't have a whole lot of friends, so what we resonate with is like Jeff is motorcycles, he's a dad, he's in Imperium, so those are kind of groups that he's looking at. And then we do like the Bulldog owners. I'm with wine. I like my football. Started going into doTERRA. So those are kind of like things we're looking at, things that we enjoy doing.
Nice.
When you guys mention big people, then we will go and follow them just to get some more ideas. Sonia Singer is a gal who I know does network marketing. I've been kind of following her a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually.
That's where we're at. And I like the idea of the authors of the books we're reading. So I'm going to go do that tonight too, is try to, get on their pages and see what they're all about.
Nice. Love it. That's
Thank you.
exactly it. It has to be your passions. Like I said, the brand's always going to be different, right? Moving on. Sarah, are you there, hun?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Do you want to?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I love Mel Robbins. I have actually watched a ton of her stuff on YouTube lately. And after watching Tony Robbins's movie on Netflix, because I watched The Secret and it automatically actually played for me after. And then it just kind of led me to her. So I've been following them. And then I started listening to, I believe it was Grant Cardone's new book, and been following him and just tons of people that like Lacey and Tim have suggested, anybody that's really positive. And I've been actually added to quite a few groups of like women that are successful entrepreneurs, and they're just really supportive, and they're not even in MLMs or anything like that, but they're just business owners, and they just, support each other and talk to each other about everything business related and how to talk to people and just awesome stuff like that.
Nice. Love it. So some great ones. Mel Robbins is a good one. Tony Robbins is another one. The Secret could be another group that you go to. So, love that you're getting creative with things. I know that you're pretty much maxed out at your friends list. Have you taken any of your friends list off and started refreshing?
Yeah, I definitely have, especially since being added to some of those women groups. I've started adding more quality people, more women that kind of have the same likes as I do, like the same groups and stuff like that. That way I can get people that are kind of in the same mindset as me.
Perfect. What I would do, honey, with you, if you're in some of those groups, I would do a post just saying, hey, mom of 5 here, how do you keep organized? How do you, grow your business? How do you take time for you? Like, these are the types of posts I would put in, and then whoever responds onto it and is giving you, whatever, 2 cents that they're giving to you, then you would go add them as a friend, because naturally then you're going to have a lot in common. And if ever it comes to, them signing up with your business, then you know that they're going to have the same struggles as you, and you can literally walk them through what you walked yourself through.
Yeah, actually, that's great, because I actually added somebody who is now going to become an affiliate with me here in the next couple weeks. And
Yay.
That's exactly how I met her. So we just met in a mom's group. She posted actually about how to meet friends because she's in the area and she just moved here, and tons of people commented on her, but she only literally like messaged back maybe a couple of them. And, luckily I was able to talk to her and get her some help, and now she wants to become an affiliate. So I'm excited.
Yay. That's how it works. Be a good friend first. Cool. Who's next? Let's do Ben.
Hey, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm still a little new myself, so I'm just kind of taking after Chad and just kind of seeing what he's doing, and just like connecting with my local group as well. There's a lot of skiers and snowboarders up here because I actually live in a ski town. So
Nice.
it's just kind of like connecting with them, and whenever someone asks for help, just be like, oh yeah, I've been in the area for a year now. This is a great spot to go to, or just kind of naturally connecting with them that way.
That's great. So do you post a lot of stuff about skiing and snowboarding on your page?
I actually don't. That's something that I should definitely start posting a bit more about.
Well, it depends if you are skiing or snowboarding, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I do post a lot about the snow though, because I do love the snow. So I do a lot of snow posts and kind of show because most of my friends are from Dallas, Texas, where I moved up from, and so they don't get very much snow down there. And so I'm like, oh yeah, you guys should really come see me, see all this beautiful snow, and post a lot of beautiful backgrounds and sunsets and mountains and everything. So
Nice. Love it. Okay. Christina.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, hon.
Good. So I was looking into Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. I figured there's a lot of people that are, like-minded with the CBD. They travel, they want to, be portable. Lots of law of attraction, crystals, just like different books. I have been searching in the Facebook search and then looking for any groups, the entrepreneurial groups, women's groups, different stuff like that. But is there anywhere else I should be looking besides just like getting into groups on Facebook?
Fan pages.
Okay.
The worst thing that you can do is if you get into a Facebook group and then they find out that you sourced someone from that group just to pitch your business, they will kick you out. So just make sure that you're treading water lightly and that you're leading with a relationship and not HempWorks, So just let the conversation go there if it allows you to go there before you offer your sample. So like I said, when, they become a friend, then you said, hey, positive in your news, that kind of script, or whatever kind of script that you want to start with, just make sure that you're not going straight to business or something related that way, because then they're going to go back and be like, that person's, spamming the group and whatnot. So be very careful that way.
So do you think when we're adding friends, we're basically like, we're adding them now, but we're more so expecting results later because we want them to see us first and get to know us?
Yeah. We're in the business of people connection.
Okay.
So, but how this works obviously is that people want to see you being real. They want to see that you're in a good tribe or in a community or a good team. They want to see that you somewhat have a little bit of a posture. So, really speak to educate and not to spam. So don't be a lazy marketer. Try to, put some time behind your post if you can. It'll go a long way, because then people will think that you know what you're talking about and that you can teach them how to do the exact same thing, right? Because people want to know that they can do this and it's not hard, and it just comes from posturing up, which could be something that you guys go and look into YouTube about how to posture up,
That was another question I had. Like, if I'm talking to someone in person, how do I explain what we do? I feel like I always just get like word vomit when I explain what I'm doing, like on Facebook.
I say I'm in the cannabis industry. They'll either love it or hate it. That's what I say.
Like when they say, what do you do on a daily basis?
Oh, okay. What do you do for work? Or like, how do you do this? I just say, do you see what I do on my page?
Okay.
That's
easy.
Yeah, it is. The thing is, like, and Robert teaches this, is they have to understand that it's easy, and it really is. Just say, what you see on my page is what I do. And then we use the ad tag and direct method, which is our training Facebook page, which is Robert. So you can kind of gear it towards that area and take the focus off of you, because that's how Robert teaches us, is to edify Robert, right? Yeah. Anybody else want to pop in and maybe just give her some more pointers? If I'm sure you guys are getting that same question.
Yeah, I mean, I just typically respond with, I just make friends on Facebook, and that's literally what we're doing. I think a lot of it, people don't understand what marketing it is, and it's always been the same thing. And literally, like, marketing is, you have something that other people need, and you're trying to meet people that have things that you may need or somebody may need later on down the road. Like, you know, if you run into somebody that has a skill, and then later on they're your friend, you keep in contact with them, you might put them with somebody later that needs their services. And then by doing so, that person that you helped out is going to in turn come back to you later. It really is just a patience game. I mean, people are looking for fast money, and there's no such a thing. You just have to build relationships, build friendships. That's all it's really about.
Okay, moving on. Josh, let's do you.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
What you want? What you need?
Oh, I was actually talking about the other Josh.
Oh. My bad.
No worries. I don't know if he heard me. Excuse me. I don't think he's listening.
Is somebody in here from Georgia? I heard Bulldogs.
I was Morgan and Jeff.
Yeah, we're in Arizona.
Go Dogs.
But yes.
Okay, moving on. Flora, you want to start, hun? Who fan pages and other pages that you're following?
I'm following. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm following Tony Robbins is one. I honestly can't think of any more right now.
Okay. This is why we're doing this exercise, to give you guys ideas.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tanya, do you want to go next, hun? Great job. If you guys have not read her post today, it's on my page. Just click on her post and go read it. Amazing. Tag your people in that post. Really important that they see that story. It's powerful. Great job, hon.
Thank you. I just really I follow Tony Robbins too. Groups. I'm focusing more on arthritis because of my daughter's situation. I was only with the children, but now I've reached out to adults also. So we just kind of talk about stuff that's going on, medications and stuff. I just mentioned that my 4-year-old takes CBD oil and it's done wonders. A lot of people ask that question in the groups anyways, if anybody's tried it. So that's basically all I'm into right now. I have some mom-to-mom groups that I've been in for years. But.
Nice. That's great. You know, you're branding yourself on your page. You're finding other people who are going to take value in what you're doing. So you're doing the exact same thing. It's a different strategy, but it still works, right? Great job.
Thank you.
Jennifer, you want to go next?
Talking to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, hon. I can't hear you very well.
I know I'm driving.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yep.
I am also following. Well, I've heard a lot of people mention a few of the ones that I've been following. I like to get, I guess I could say, my little edge that I have, or what I'm trying to, my little niche that I'm trying to get a following from is tiny houses and kind of that off the grid living, and because that sort of takes that type of profession, or a on the go type of profession where you can have that sort of lifestyle but still be earning an income. So plus it's just something that I really enjoy. So I post a lot of stuff about my tiny houses. So I think
Love it.
that'll probably really help.
That's such a great, like, she's literally thinking outside the box. It's true to you. It's different. It's trending right now. And you're right. People who are looking for something because it's so different, those people are different and they're willing to be open-minded typically, right?
They're already naturally a risk taker. Yes.
Love it. Great job.
Thank you. And thank you for all your help.
You're welcome, hon. Lisa, do you want to go next? I think she stepped away. How about Jay and Michelle?
Hi. First off, what I want to say is that when you're looking for pages to follow, you don't want to necessarily follow pages that you think are going to be great people to find. You want to be a part of pages that you connect with. So we did our one-on-ones this week with our team, and I was surprised to see how many people weren't parts of pages of things that were a huge part of their life. So they joined those pages and had ridiculous response. And they're like, I can't believe I never thought to be a part of that page before. So you want to be a part of a page so that you have something to contribute through experience, you know, not just like, hey, that was a really great post, very inspirational. Thanks so much. Can you be my friend now? You know, you want to be able to give them something of value when you're responding to what they're putting, whether it's if you have some girls that are part of like pet pages, they're huge pet lovers. And so they talk to people about their pets. It's not just about connecting quick. And they can send out that quick friend request if they've been in the page and people have seen them. And even if they only speak to them once, then they can shoot them a friend request, and it makes the connection much easier. So that's really the most important thing, is that if you know, to join pages that you resonate with, because it's actually something that's part of your life. Like Jay follows like the Giants, you know, huge Giant fan. So
miserable Giant fan.
Huge miserable Giant fan. So, you know, he can connect with anybody in there on anything that they're talking about, send them a friend request, and it makes sense because they really share the same passion. So it should be something that you're passionate about, you know, to start off with. That being said, like I am part of the Florida Clean Water page, because we had just recently had a whole lot of fish and dolphins and stuff that were dying because of the water pollution, and it was red tide, whatever they want to say it was, but whatever. So I joined that. So that's a page that, you know, I connect with those people on. So it's easy for me to send a friend request to them because they've seen me in the page, you know. So, I mean, that, you know, I do exercise groups that I'm a part of because I'm into exercising. So you really just want to not just choose the page because you think you're going to find the right people on there. You're going to find the right people anywhere as long as you can connect with them. If you connect with them, then they're the right person. So look on pages that are pages that you would want to be a part of and enjoy the company of the people that are there too.
Exactly.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, some of you guys might be doing this already, but I just got the video tonight. When you do get new friends, and I know it's important to go to their page and like their stuff and stay engaged, there's a group that you can group all those new friends into the same group, so that when you click on that group, you will have all your new friends' feeds in a row. Like every new person you got, you can go through their feeds first, then you can go back to your regular news feed. I didn't know that was the thing. Tim did a training on it. That's what I was told. So I have it now. I didn't watch it yet, but it might be a good idea to keep all your friends in one group, your new friends, so you can hit them every day, you know?
Yeah, that's a great training. Do you want to send that along into here so people can save it, or put it into the chats later on so I can share it out?
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. Somebody sent it to me. Can I just want to make sure it's the right thing, and then I'll drop it in all 3 chats.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Well, anything else to share, guys?
I think that's
I
it.
think
We're
that's
still
it.
using our fan page, so.
Yeah, we're still working on that too.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And I think, have you guys hit, you're pretty close to 5K. You think you can hit 5K today? Yeah?
Yeah, well, somebody, one of our girls
The answer
tried
is
to,
yes, but we
Yeah.
have a little
we
glitch.
have,
Go ahead.
one of our girls just bought a direct-to-pack 2 days ago. It still didn't go through. And then she tried to buy it again just now, and it's telling her there's I don't know, there's some kind of mess up that she's waiting to clear up. Not on her end. She tried to buy it again, and some kind of prompt came up. So I don't know when that's going to go through. Let me see what she said. But yes, I think we're going to hit it tonight.
Nice. It's, I'd like to know what kind of glitch you got, because that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, let me see what she wrote. Hold on. I'm in the wrong spot. Here we go.
So strategy-wise, because we have everyone on here, what do you feel are the 3 biggest things that are getting you and your team results, quicker results, or like what do you feel like? What do you think it is? Posting? What kind of posts? Messaging? What kind of messaging? What's working for your team?
It's working for our team.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys are 4,965 minus whatever your auto ship, if your auto ship's in there. So
Yeah.
you're really close, under 100.
yeah. What's working for our team? Number one, I think it's just super motivation. You know, our team is just we have a crazy chat, and you know, because you're in it. So it goes all day long. We celebrate everything. You know, people that are struggling and they have a small sale, we go berserk because we know what it's like to get that small sale. There's no such thing as a little win. A win is a win, and we'll take it, and it motivates and it inspires them to do more. So that's the first thing. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it is we've really been working on content as far as posting and content as far as speaking to people. And if the one thing that I keep telling my team is stop talking, stop long conversations. We're not experts in CBD oil. We're not doctors. Know your audience, if it's a product audience or if it's a business audience, and then use the tools that we've been given. We have videos, we have articles, we have all kinds of media. There's lots of information that you can use. Stop the long conversations of trying to convince and explain away, because how much can you really do that? I mean, there are people out there that have created videos. Josh has done it. Robert has done it. There's professionals, there's doctors, there's all kinds of information out there that you can forward along, and stop trying to sell people, I guess is really what it comes down to. Give them the information that they need to make a decision for themselves, and stop trying to sell them the product or sell them on the business. We know where this business is going. My whole team knows where this business is going. They're in it for the long haul because they know what they can expect out of CBD oil. And so, that's the thing is, for everybody just to feel secure that you're in the right place, whether you're moving fast or you're moving slow, you're in the right place and you're going to get there. And the one thing that I tell my team every single day is I fully expect them to walk the stage in October. And I do, because I know what can be done. And anybody that starts to get, a little wishy-washy, I'm like, let's talk about this and see what we can do to make you feel better, because you're in the best place you can be right now. Don't walk away from it. You will not be happy with yourself in 6 months from now when you're seeing everybody else that's in the screen having a fabulous life. So
we do one-on-ones we started.
Yeah, we did our one-on-ones.
Gave them a laid out plan and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so we do give them a lot of attention until they're ready to, until they don't need it anymore.
Great tips.
I have a question. I had a friend actually bought an oil from me, and which was very exciting. But now they want the sample pack because they want to try the cream, and they're not able to place the order with the same credit card.
Yeah, I think the samples is just for someone who has never tried it.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our system is really, really touchy with credit cards and stuff like that. And actually, I was reading this about CBD oil, but once you get into like CBD oil and stuff like that, there's two things. The FDA is really, really like on point, and also the credit cards. Those two things are really heavily monitored when it's something around cannabis or CBD or anything like that. So that's probably why it's so touchy and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I think you still can buy, they can still go and buy sample packs, can they not? They probably just can't go through the funnel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can still buy a sample pack.
They should be able to go down and buy a sample pack for $9.95 or whatever it was originally, right?
Mm-hmm.
A sample pack? Yeah, that should be in their back office. But if not, I mean, someone else in the house that has a different card, or if they have two different cards, they can just go underneath, just go purchase like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to read this?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, well, forget about I don't even know what that one means. But she said, I just tried again. The system stopped me due to pending check order exists.
I have no idea what that means.
That's what I said. So I told her to call support tomorrow and see what's going on.
Or they can do the live chat too in their back office.
Oh, and I'll tell you what else, Tara, what's been good is that I've recently had quite a few people reach out to me because they keep seeing our go lives. So those are definitely good to keep doing. People reach out to me and say, okay, I give, tell me what's going on, because they keep seeing us, not just on our own, but with team members, with teammates. Like it doesn't have to be where it's like a coach and not a coach situation. It could be just, two people on the team just talking about CBD oil, what made you start, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be anything major, just on there talking about it. People will really, really, I mean, listen, this, Tara, and anybody that's done the other business that we did knows, people will follow you for a very long time. And the fact that they're your friends and family does not make a difference. They're still going to follow you and really wait until they're about to pop and then say, all right, tell me what's going on. I see you doing this, and I see you online, and I see you doing well. And so, tell me what it is. So just be consistent. And let people keep having something to see, especially lives.
Exactly. And you always do a lot of your lives out walking and being in, exercise, which is one of the things that you said that you target. Like you go to exercising places and you follow those types of people. So, it just, again, goes back to branding. I love it. Video presence is really, really key, especially over the next 2 or 3 years in this business. It is, the Facebook platform is changing at rapid speeds. We've already seen how much video is taking a priority and how much Facebook welcomes the videos, the go live. So they're actually, from what I heard, is going to almost an entire video platform. So now is the time to get out of your comfort zones and to learn this really crucial skills of just being you and getting comfortable with that video. And if it takes doing a dual go live with someone, that's always an option. I actually tried to do a go live here with someone the other day and it didn't work out for me, but.
Well, that's the thing too. You have to, I don't know what the glitch is with going live with 2 people. It started out as a great thing, and I think Facebook was just like, we're going to make this a little harder on everybody. So the one thing you want to remember is don't get flustered. It happens to everybody. You got to just roll with it. when it finally works, you know, like, yay, you know, here we are finally, you know. But don't let it get you like where either you're not going to do it or you get on and you're so flustered and you listen. Have you ever watched anything live on TV? I mean, shit happens. You know, you never know what's going to happen when you go live, you know. So it's the same with us, you know, when we go live on Facebook. Anything could happen. I mean, kids come out with crazy stuff and you just never know. You got to just go with it, not even give it a second thought.
Exactly. Good point. And honestly, I hear this so many times. I hear this so many times. I feel like I just messed it up. I did so bad. And then they go and rewatch it and they're like, oh my God, it actually sounded like I knew what I was talking about, or that wasn't so bad, or blah, 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 blah. Honestly, the hardest thing for you guys is hitting the go live button, the start button, and then getting through the video without, you know, being too hard at yourself. Some tips, you know, if you're just a brand new person, you could change the settings to only me, so only you can see it. Obviously, it's not going to work with your algorithm quite as much, but it's still something that you can do. And if you like it, you can keep it. If you don't, after you rewatch it, you can delete it. It's up to you. Some other people, they've literally taped the area where it says how many people are watching them, so they don't feel like that whole people getting on and off and the numbers dropping and stuff like that. You can do that. But, you know, holding your phone up, Facebook platform prefers it to be landscape instead of up. So with Instagram, it's different. They want you to be straight up, vertical, opposed to, you know, landscape. If you don't have a tripod, then you can literally stack a couple books and hold your phone up this way. And then you don't have to hold it. It's not shaky, things like that. And, you know, try to have it where you're in the beginning or in the middle here, and there's, you know, some stuff around you. So it's not like, you're not like here, right? So I guess that's all I have to say. But Michelle does hers when she's out walking. So, you know, whatever you can do and where you can fit it in, there's no right, wrong way. Okay, guys, I don't want this to be too long because this is going to be a training in our trainings. So I hope you found some value from this. If anybody wants to share things in closing, now is the time.
I just want to say this was an amazing training. This is really, really good, really valuable. I got a lot out of it.
Yay. So tomorrow night is training with Tim and Lacey live in the Hemp for CBD for Me page. Wednesday, I'm not sure if I'm going to hold a training on Wednesday. I'll have to think of what I'm going to say if I do one. But, you know, there's a couple things for you guys to watch. The corporate webinar, if you haven't watched that one yet. Tim's training, which Jay is going to watch and then pass along to me. And there'll be tomorrow night's training. So there's a few things for you guys to take care of if you haven't already. And then there's also Robert's training. I don't know if you've seen Robert's training from the other day. He was like, Robert. It was intense. It was an intense one, but it's a fast start training. So that might be just like the kick in the butt that you need right now to get back into work mode and whatnot. So there's a couple things. If you need links to these, just reach out to me in private message or into our group chat, and we'll put it down there. So I'm going to end things in there.